Hey there, everybody. Welcome to your reading, all you air signs out there. This is for the week of August 20th. I hope I'm actually live. I'm having problems right now with my internet, it looks like, and also my camera, or something. Something is going on here. So hopefully we are actually live at this time, but let's see what is going on for air signs this week for the week of the 20th. And we are going to start with Gemini, of course. So Gemini, let's see what is coming up for you this week of the 20th, this coming week, I should say. And for Gemini, we start off with the Seven of Diamonds. Could be feeling a lack of money at the beginning of this week, I would say, the beginning of this coming week. So you Geminis could be feeling that at this time. I feel like it's just a feeling, so I don't really feel like it's all that important at this time. I don't feel like, again, I don't feel like it's going to have a major effect on you. But again, there could be some sort of financial things that you have to take care of this week, basically. Next for Gemini, you have the Four of Hearts, new love. I would say especially for those of you that have recently gotten out of a relationship or maybe have seen something come to an end. I do feel like there could be some sort of new relationship coming in this week, or there could be the potential for a new relationship as well. You have the Eight of Hearts coming up, and I feel like Gemini had the Eight of Hearts last week. These cards, both of these cards, Four of Hearts and Eight of Hearts for Gemini, can definitely represent love coming in, but again, through some sort of work because of that 8. This is a great card also for moving. So any of you Geminis that are thinking about moving, this will be a great card for you as well. It'll be a great card for, planning a move. Next for Gemini, we have the Eight of Hearts. So again, this is a card of needing to create your own reality here on Earth. I mean, this is going to come up for everybody this week because we're at the, we're after these eclipses. We are also kind of coming to the end of this, these retrograde, all these crazy retrogrades. So, we really need to create our own reality at this time. This could also have to do with working with groups. I would say for both dual signs, Gemini and Pisces, and maybe a couple other signs as well. I think that working with people is going to be very important. And especially if you have a business or something along those lines, I think that working with people would be even more important, as in, people filling into, in places where you maybe are weak in your business or where you don't know what to do. This is a very important card for doing that, but also a great card of love, amazing card for dating if you're single. If you're not single, this is a card of making changes in your relationship as well, being able to, make things better in a relationship in some way. Next, again, I do feel like some of you Geminis have recently kind of come off from some sort of breakup. So this could represent a breakup for a lot of you Geminis or some sort of separation. Again, I am getting that maybe some of you weren't even in that serious of a relationship, but maybe there was still some sort of separation. This card is not necessarily a bad card, though. I always say that this card represents changing your mind and just coming, having some sort of mind change in some way. So, a lot of us, I've talked about this a lot. I talked about this in the 2018 yearly readings, that I felt like a lot of people this year could be just changing their mind about all sorts of things, like changing their diet, changing their ideas about things, changing what they want to do with their life, all that other stuff that goes on there. Next, you have the Ten of Clubs. So I feel like for Gemini, this is you feeling like you are jumping into some sort of new life, or you're like jumping forward at this time, making some great progress. It's an amazing card for progress. I also feel like for Gemini, this could have to do with signing contracts or, kind of working with existing contracts or coming up with better ideas for contracts as well. So a lot of you could be working on like contract type basis, or you just could be working on something new as far as work goes. This is also a great card for love. It can represent new love, but again, it does represent work, needing to put the work in to find love, and it can also represent needing to learn something new about relationships. Of course, when we have all these retrogrades, most relationships are teaching us some sort of lesson or something like that. So, that's something to think about as well. And again, things might not be very permanent right now, I would say, for you Geminis out there. As far as relationships go, you might be more in a learning process. And finally, for Gemini, you have the Three of Clubs. Three of Clubs, card of second chances. So again, for some of you, as far as love is concerned, I feel like there could be a second chance in love. If you recently lost, and if you recently lost a relationship, I feel like there could be a second chance there. Could also be a second chance with money, or some sort of second chance with something else in your life. And let's see what else comes up here. I feel like writing could be important for some of you Geminis this week, or there could be messages coming to you in writing, so definitely pay attention to that. But looks good. So let's move on to Libra. I will be taking questions at the end, by the way, so anybody who is still here, I will be taking those at the end. But let's see what is going on for Libra at this time as far as the week of the 20th is concerned. And yeah, Libra, you could find yourself being very attractive this week, or, people could be very attracted to you at this time. I would say you're showing up as the Queen of Clubs. I feel like this is you, Libra, this week, even though this card doesn't represent Libra. I just feel like you are embracing this energy. People could be finding you very attractive, like I said, this week. This is also a very important card for work. So for you Libras out there who are trying to get work, and this is a card of needing to make yourself as attractive as possible to a potential place of business. And this includes things like your resume, anything along those lines. You could be, this card says make changes to your resume or update your resume at this time, because, this card is important for doing that. Next, you have the Two of Hearts, Libra. So a lot of you could be finding love this week. Let's see, what else do you have here? You do also have the, Nine of Hearts. So could be a very, like I said, could be a very good week for Libra as far as love is concerned. And this card represents a perfect match. It's also a card of matching up perfectly with some other type of passion as well. So you Libras out there could be, definitely finding some sort of passion at this time. I would say it is a good time for finding new hobbies that, could potentially be something that could bring in money as well for Libra. I would also say you have the Nine of Hearts, card of wishes, card of victory, getting something you want. I do feel like this is a good card for love, but I also feel like I feel like Libra could be looking at hobbies, like I said, or things that you were interested in for money-making opportunities as well. So, there's kind of like a double message there for you, but mostly just a wish card. Next, you have the Eight of Spades. This card does say take it easy this week. Don't push yourself at this time. This is kind of like the Devil card in the Tarot almost. It's a card of overdoing things, and it just says, don't get sick, don't get injured, especially at work, or especially if you are working, because that could happen under this card. Next, you have the good old blank card. So I always say make a wish on this. Next, you have the Four of Clubs. This card just represents retrograde energy, represents the retrograde that's going on right now. It does represent clear thoughts. So it does say that a lot of your thoughts right now could be very clear. And again, I do feel for a lot of you, just looking at the cards here, that you could be feeling like maybe you're in a relationship, but you know what's wrong. And it's like, those are the clear thoughts where you're maybe resisting the thought. You're like, I don't want to think that this relationship is wrong for me. But this card says, pay attention to those thoughts, because those thoughts are probably leading you towards the truth. Same thing with work. It could be some sort of change that you think you need to make at work, and you're just like resisting it or not thinking about it. And this card says, do it, because it will be for the best. And finally, you have the Five of Hearts, card of birth of something new for you, Libra. So you could be starting something new after this week. I would say it's a great time to start something new after this week. So anything new that you're thinking about doing, this is a very good card for doing it. Let's take a look at Aquarius. Like I said, I will be taking, somebody asked, will I be answering questions for donations at the end? Yes. And will I be taking I'll be taking both general questions and donation questions at the end. So, excuse me. Let's see what we have going on for you Aquarians out there for the week of the 20th. I do feel like some of you are obviously releasing a burden. Your first three cards are about releasing something difficult, moving past some sort of challenge. Your first card, Six of Clubs, again, releasing a burden. This card says you've been carrying a burden. You've been carrying difficulties or dealing with a lot of difficulties at this time. And this is a card of releasing those things. It also says, like, don't fight things on your own. It says that there are people that can help you. It says that you're taking on too many burdens. I would say, I was looking at the chart this morning, and like, one of the things that popped into my head it's really interesting that this shows up for Aquarius is that, like a lot of us, we could have a job right now, or we could be in a relationship where things just aren't working out. But if we just open our mouths and we just tell people, if we just tell people what we need, basically, we could really get we could really move forward, but we just need to open our mouths. I think that is important. We need to, tell people what we need. This is a card about releasing burdens. It says you need to release these burdens, but again, you have to open your mouth to do it. Next, Jack of Clubs says no more, no guilt, no karma, no, releasing guilt, releasing old guilty feelings. This is a card of beating yourself up and being worried about things from the past that you don't need to be worried about, or having these fears from the past and things like that. So definitely let go of your fears and don't beat yourself up. For you, I also do feel like, for Aquarius, I feel like this could be love coming in, but it does feel like, it'll be like a couple weeks away. So again, love in the future with this card. Next, Ace of Spades, existing problems being resolved. So I really like to see this for you. It could represent some sort of challenge or something being kind of released for you and overcoming some sort of great difficulty at this time. So I really like to see this card for you as well. Next, the Joker, just a busy week for you probably. I feel like we are getting a lot more busy. We should start to feel better. I would say after the 19th, which is, I think, Sunday. Yeah, obviously, because I'm doing these readings for the week of the 20th. So I think after Sunday, so right at the beginning of the week, we should start to feel a lot better, about where we're going. To me, just, again, looking at this chart, I feel like for everybody, it's a little bit emotional. There's a lot of emotional challenges and things like that going on there. So, that's what's making it difficult. But, this can be us feeling a little bit more fired up and ready to go. Next, you have the Three of Diamonds. This card says, watch your finances this week. Normally, this card says, watch your paperwork. But I think for Aquarius, this card is saying, be careful of your paperwork, but also, watch your finances and don't go crazy spending. Again, part of me feels like money is going to be better for air signs this week, starting this week. But, if we just spend it, then we're going to be in the same place. So, watch your finances. And finally, for Aquarius, you have the Nine of Clubs, card of opportunities, card of chances to do things that you want this week. I love this card. It says, get out there and look for new opportunities at this time. I would also say, just with this card plus the Jack of Clubs, I would say be careful of people who seem fake, or be careful if you're not seeing, kind of everything that's going on around you. I'd also say be careful of long distance relationships at this time with this card and the Jack of Clubs, because again, it doesn't say like the other person's cheating or anything like that, but it could say that you're not seeing things clearly, or again, maybe you're not getting 100% of the other person. So, definitely something to think about there, but it looks like a good week for Aquarius as well. So I do have questions here. Natural Market, thank you for the donation. We are going to answer your question right now, which is Gemini, Sun, Taurus, and Cancer, Venus, or Rising. How will my business go? Let's see. Business is looking good, by the way, for Gemini. And let me just move. I just want to move the chart forward here real quick, and we will definitely take a look at this. But yeah, business is looking good for Gemini, and I feel like there could be a lot of positive business changes for you. But let's see what is going on for you here as far as business goes for Natural Market. You have the Nine of Hearts, card of wishes, card of getting something you wish for, getting something you want. So I like this. This card also says try something new. Try something new in your business, because nines can have to do long distances. But that could be like marketing your business, or how you market your business. Again, reaching out to people long distance, or literally doing marketing that goes long distance. Six of Clubs, which somebody had this week as well. So this card is a card of releasing burdens, like I said, and it's also a card of success in business. So I feel like this is a card of harvest. So again, if you are doing marketing or something, you could be very successful here. Next, you have Five of Hearts, card of birth of something new. So you could be trying something new at this time. And of course, Two of Hearts, again, perfect match with your business, being really happy with what you're doing, and kind of feeling like you're moving forward at this time. So I like to see that as well. But things look really, really good for you, I would say. Keep pushing, especially this week, I would say. And then I think things get a lot better after that for business. But let's see here what is going on. Somebody said, I'm an Aquarius. Should I walk away from a Gemini I'm dealing with and just focus on my finances and career? Is it best to stay single at this point? I would say that, we should be trusting our thoughts at this time. Just to answer your question really quickly, we should be trusting our thoughts. If we're having thoughts like this, then we need to follow those thoughts, which, again, if you're having thoughts already about walking away, then that's your answer, is to walk away. Again, when we have retrograde heavy times like this, it's my personal belief that, we really need to trust our thoughts, because our thoughts are literally, even with the retrogrades, that's when our thoughts are kind of like a little bit deeper. And so they're like telling us what we should be doing. Queen Libra said, I have a scheduled hearing court case in front of the judge to get approved for SSI income benefits on August 22nd. Do you see if I'm going to get approved? I would just say that, that it might be a little bit challenging because, especially with anything like SSI or anything like that, we need to be very careful. Be very careful with your paperwork, number one. Make sure you have everything lined up. But on top of that, nobody, the universe wants us to be independent right now. So, it's a little bit challenging for those things. And, nobody's coming in to save us. So, I always hesitate on things like this because, you could get less or you could, or there could be some sort of delay is what I would say. But I think, as long as you watch your paperwork, you'll be fine. Somebody said, besides changes in resumes, please tell me what I should do to get a job. I feel stuck. I'm a Libra. Yeah, let's take a look at jobs for Libra and what can you do, or what can all Libras do really to move forward. You have the Queen of Hearts coming up first, Libra, for jobs. This card says, the birth of something new. Something new is coming in for you at this time. Next, you have the Six of Clubs, again, releasing a burden. I feel like for Libra, doing something that you actually want to do is probably important. And this is also a card of success. So, success coming in. But your real answer for Libra, I feel like those first two cards aren't important for Libra as far as jobs are concerned. But the Six of Diamonds says, put yourself out there and open up. This is a card of, being too withdrawn, needing to open up to something bigger and harder as far as jobs are concerned. And you'll probably get something very quickly if you do that. So that's what I say for Libra and jobs. Let's see what's going on here. So somebody's asking, and for Aquarius, and this is a good question. I get this question a lot, and especially for Aquarius, which is interesting. Somebody said, will my new job go well? I think new jobs for Aquarius are really good at this time. Although, again, the only challenge will be responsibilities for Aquarius and not knowing, again, maybe if you just got a job under these retrogrades, not knowing where, what responsibilities you have or actually what you're supposed to do, or you might have challenges with bosses coming to you and being like, hey, you're supposed to do this when they didn't train you to do it. So all those things. So I'd say if you can push through that for the next couple of weeks, you'll be fine. That goes to all Aquariuses. Somebody says, I'm an Aquarius. Will there be any promotion soon, or should I count on looking for something better? As far as promotions are concerned, you have to ask for them at this time. Again, I said this last week to somebody, we're not just going to get anything right now. We have to ask for it. So I would say if you want a promotion, ask for it and you'll probably get it. If not, then, again, I would say definitely there's tons of new job energy coming in, especially in September. Somebody said, I'm going to Paris for a week in September 11th, leaving LAX. Anything important that I should know or watch out for? It's a good time to travel, definitely after September 11th, because that's, Mars is technically moving forward at that time. And so that could be a very good time to travel there. So let's see here. I think I covered everybody. Somebody said, will Libra be successful in their career this week? It's a much better career week for Libra. I think I did. I would definitely, this is going to be up in 20 minutes or something when it officially uploads. And I think that career looked really good for Libra. Somebody is saying, can I get a card pulled? So you have the Joker. So a card is staying busy, needing to have fun, and needing to do, put yourself out there at this time. This is a card of entertainment. This is a card of feeling judged as well. Whenever the Joker comes up, it came out for somebody else. It's like a card that says you could have these ideas of things that you want to say to people around you or things that you want to do, but you're holding it back or you're afraid to be judged. The Joker is above persecution. The Joker doesn't get persecuted for anything. The Joker in the time of kings was the only person that could make fun of the king and not be killed. So this card says, share your thoughts, put your thoughts out there and tell people how you really feel, do the things that you want to do, and you will probably improve your life. So that's what I'll say there. So I'm going to cut this off now. I will be back at 12 Pacific time today for, I can't remember who, I think the water signs. So if I didn't get to your question, then you can come back around 12. And thank you everybody for the donations. If you want a reading with me, link is in the description below as well. And I will see you all later.